together when you get them home.
Right. Well, it's on. It just wants drilling and screwing to the base now. Then we can start with this roof business. See, it comes with a load of nails. And I'm a great believer in screwing things together. So I screwed the corners, big screws, I screwed it down to the base. It says on the instructions when you got it all screwed round before you screw the base down, check whether it's square or not. I thought, oh, I don't need to do that, it looks alright. So I screwed it all down, and then I thought, shall I check it? And it was an inch out. So I had to take all the screws out and just kick it over a little bit. So it's absolutely spot on now from corner to corner. The door can go on later on. Yeah, there's 4 windows in this. 4 pieces of glass. Yeah, there they are. They're only thin. So I've got to seal them in, but we're not ready for that yet. Right, so that roof panel there, this piece of wood here, that there has got to lift on an hook behind that, and that sits on here, and then I need a load of screws to screw it down. I'm hoping I've got enough. Yeah. Right, the roof's on, a bit awkward. So I've got screws in the middle. I've got big screws there, like there. I've got it screwed all the way through. Now that needs looking at there, see that? I'll have to take that out, move it over a bit. Them gaps up there and there will be filled in later on. Right, how's that look? Well, I've done it just how it says. It's got some trim on there to go on. That's what Ellen's done with it. So I've done that side and I've done this and all. And it's I might put some gutters on this. Just let it run into a drain away there. Right, so this is the day after now. We've got blue sky again. A bit cloudy, it's a bit windy. We've got glass that's got to go in there, and it's glazed from the inside. So in theory, I mean, it's only up against them. So in theory, if you just put it in and tack it in, when it rains, the rain will hit the glass, run down here. Well, on the other shed, they were glazed from the outside, so that couldn't happen. So I'm going to have to bed them in silicon sealant. Just push them in, tack them in, let the sealant dry, and then probably tomorrow I'll slice it all off. If you try to get rid of it, well, it's still damp, it'll just go everywhere. Right, not bad. That's the door's got to go on later on. As soon as that bike's in here, I'm going to take that those brake shoes out and have a look at them. Right, so we've got to go on a dog walk first. So it's a tiger shed, this, and Ellen reliably informs me that not only did she have to pick a bit of dog poo up last night, but this shed's had a dump and all. Tiger poo in our garden. I mean, really. Oh, another thing is, now I struggled up here, knocking these nails in, both ends, really hard, because the shed roof's bouncing up and down. What it needs is a block of wood. Fixing along here, one big one or something, and then you can just bring it round and nail it in. That could be a good modification. Now another thing is, I mentioned those gaps up there. I've a feeling when the trim's finally put on there, you're still going to be able to see gaps. There'll be a gap under there that bees and wasps and things can go in, so I'm going to have to try and fill that in, I think. Right, well, we'll see about that. We'll see when I've bedded them windows in. Well, there's 3 windows in. But I've run out of silicon sealant. So Ellen's going to her own bargain, so she's going to call in and get me another one. So what I've been doing is getting this trim on the end here. Well, that's okay. Got a little picture of a tiger there, looking that nice. But really, I mean, they overhang quite a bit. Look at this point here. No, I mean, you can easily catch your head on them. They need to stick out that far, really. See, what I'm going to do is bring some gutters around here and round here and have it just running down to this soak away. We need to finish this off with the gravel. Right, let's get on with the other side now. Right, so rather than nail these on, I've used nice chrome decorative screws. That's a bit better. So now I've got to put these finishing trims on. Really like that, I see. I'll go that way, I think. Like that, they just tack on. So I'll get on with that now. Right, that didn't take much doing. The idea is to put the strip on the floor, knock all the tacks in first, then offer it up and then just nail them in, rather than hold it and struggle to. Now I must say something about this inside. Well, I know it's only a shed, but this looks a bit of a mess, doesn't it? Look at that. I mean, well, it is a mess, and I've got another window to do yet. I'll have to, I think what I might do, I could just get some strips of wood down here, sort of beading, and bead it all round just to cover that up. I mean, it's got to be tidy, hasn't it? I mean, my dad used to say, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing proper. Right, well, I could have done with a wipe over these windows, but you see, it's toughened glass, this and all. Tempered, it says. Just there. Well, it does. I mean, that's not going to go anywhere. Well, I just mentioned this to Ellen and she said, oh, it's only a shed. All right, well, okay. Well, I'll just have to see what it's like. If it starts getting on my nerves, I'll have to do something about it. Right, so I'm going to put the door on now, which is there. Aren't we, Daisy? Then when that's done, we've got a floor covering to put on. Right, now put the door on, but just look at this now. It's there's not a really big gap there. That's probably about right, that, but the door itself, as it goes up there, that gap was wider and wider. Narrow at the top, big gap there, and then bigger gap down there. So I can't move these hinges any further out, so I'm going to take all these screws out of these and move the door that way a little bit. It's better now. That's a nice gap all the way up. Seeing all the way around except for that there. That's a wide gap going up to. Well, it's funnily enough, the other shed were like that. It was just the same. It must be the door that's out of shape. I've got these on and all. These didn't come with it. I put short fat screws on that because I didn't want the screws going right through. But you can just see there, just a little bit, but I don't think that's too bad. And I've put the other one at the back of there with this bit of framework. Right, now then, one ancient drill. Hitachi Taskmaster from the 1990s. So Ellen's a bit frightened of the shed blowing away. I've already got some screws in there to the base, and there, and there, all the way around. But I'm going to put a few more in. And like here, you can can see where this bearer is here. So I'm just going to, so we found that under there and put one in there. Right, I'll just go around and do these others, and then I'll put all these screws in. Right, now this drill I've had since, it must be nearly 2007 or 8 I think, and it's had a couple of new batteries, but this battery, the other one that's in the case, is a bit duff, but this battery keeps going and going. I mean, it's ages since I charged this up and there's still loads of charge with it. There's a lot of weight in this shed. Not to mention when you get all the bikes in and all the other stuff. Right, I'll just finish these off now. Right, so this is the floor covering stuff we've got. £16 a throw this, each pack, so that's, what's that, 16, 32, £48 is it? Question is, have we got enough? I seem to think we have. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 in each pack. So I should be on with that after I've had my dinner. Right, that's the flooring done. And how many packs did we need out of 3? 2 packs, exactly. Count the pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 packs. We've got 1 full pack left over. How do we do it? I mean, look at this here. Look at all that pea gravel we've overordered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's a bag of sand, that. Yeah, 8 bags too many. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Right, so I need to get some shelving now up, which is the next job. And I'm going to get some wood. Okay, what Ellen says. Some wood, and I'm going to cut it and stick it around here. All the way around. It should smarten it up a bit, that. It's about done then. I'll start bringing everything in now. I didn't realise a little tiger badge in a box to just screwed on, and also the handle that they give you to put on. As people have said previously, when you screw it on, the screws are sticking through the door, so I've had to put these blocks behind. But the bikes and everything are back in now, so all we need now is some shelving for around here. So we're going to go and see about that, and some wood for around the windows. Okay. Right, this is a couple of days after now. We've got some wood for the shelves. Now just look at this here. So it comes with a lock, so you push the key in the lock. Is that pointing at it? Yeah. And you lock it, and you can't get the key out. So let's have a look, see if it's actually turning the lock. See? Well, that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Well, all I can do now is take that off. I'm going to unscrew it and try and oil it or something and see if that does any good. Other than that, it's a waste of time. We'll just have to put an aspen staple on and a padlock. Right, so I've got the shelving to put up around here, and I've got some stuff to stick on the glass so you can't see in, I've got some beading for around the window to tidy it up, and tomorrow we're going to B&Q in Inverness. A bit of a ride out really, and we're going to pick some 3-inch guttering up. Let's have a see. Yeah, going to bring it round here and round here and pick the other guttering up and run down in this corner, I think. There's a problem, the door's in the way, but I've got a plan. I'm going to put a joint there and a joint there, and then when I want to open the door I can just unclip the guttering and open the door. No, I'm only kidding, of course. No, I'm going to go right round here, like I did with the other shed. Round here with it, round there, and run a downspout down, and just to this soakaway. Right, that's what I need to do. And also I need to fill in up there. Right, and I need to fill in up there. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of cardboard. Oh, listen to that. Oh, it's windy. Hang on a minute. What? Getting a gale today. Oh, ripping door off its hinges. Yeah, I need to cut a piece of cardboard as a template, and then I've got some hardboard I want to cut, and then I'll just stick it on. Same on that side and all. I mean, you may notice the colour of the wood. Well, this is because the manufacturers, they dip each part of the shed in this liquidy stuff. I think is it liquid HP sauce and cow poo? That's how they get the colour. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong there. I know I read it somewhere. No, that's what Keir Starmer drinks for his breakfast, a pint of that. That's what makes him such a nice bloke. Yeah, I got it wrong, that. No, tiger sheds, no, they dip it in something else, I'm not sure what it is. So I'll have to shift the bikes out to get this shelf up, but I'm going to do these after first. Get them done. A bit of a wipe first. Okay, so I might get on with that after. I've just got to tidy this up, and then I want to seal up and all a thin bead of clear silicone all the way around here after I've scraped out, and then just wipe it off my finger. It doesn't matter, it's a bit messy, slightly messy, because I've got this stuff to stick on, so you shouldn't be able to tell. Okay, so I'm going to have some dinner now. Right, so this is the day after now, which is like not the same day, but the day after that you just looked at. Now, we've been trying to clean these windows. I don't know if you can see that. It won't come off. Like a film and muck on them, but they are clean as such. I've got each piece now ready to stick on, and I'll put these 3 on first, and then I'll show you how to do the last one if you've not already haven't out how to do it. Right, so what we do here. Plenty of water on like that. As you say on Blue Peter, this is one I did earlier. So you take this off here like that. Down there, and just go like that, and slide it into position. Like that. Then get yourself a credit card. That's the credit card, and you All done. I've just got to. Next job is I've already painted with this treatment stuff. This one's cutting, and I'll do all the window bottoms first, and then cut pieces round, nail them all on, and it's done. Okay. Right, how's that look? Well, that's a bit better than just leaving it all just bare, innit? I put the beads in, just tidying it up, aren't they? I'll just give them a quick touch up with this DecoCraft Weather Protection Wood Cure Gel. Now that is what we've used on all these panels out here before we assembled the shed. Every panel was painted. Right, even these up here. What I want to do before I'm done is run some clear silicone right along up and over the other side, down that side, to fill this gap in. Same with the other end. Right, let's have a way up for them shelves now, eh? Right, so I'm going to put some fascia board on because the gutters are not quite big enough. You know, they could do it being 4-inch really, but them are too big. So this is what I'm going to use as fascia board. It'll just bring it out a bit. I haven't got enough of it, so I've put it in 2 pieces. That I've had to cut off this bit of floorboarding to make up the wood. So anyway, it should be all dry. I'll go and my dinner, and then carry on putting the fascia boards and gutters up then. Right, so that's nice and dry, yeah. Now, ooh, listen, this blowing. Absolutely blowing a gale again today. So this wood here now, got this to fit there, but these flags are going downhill. So you can see from here, there's a bit of a difference, so I've got to cut it to length and then cut it wider at one end than the other. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'll just shove it out of the way. Right, so one way or another I'm determined to shove it up this afternoon. You know, the downspout that is. Okay, I'll see you shortly. Right, that's the guttering done. So you can see the outlet there. I've got to get a rainwater pipe on there, and I've had to cut off, I'm probably have to just cut that off there. I've had to cut both these off here to get the angles on, but should be alright that now. It's pretty level. Right, I'll just get the downspout done there and then it's all finished. It can rain then. Well, there we are, finished. So it's a bit, it don't shove together very well, this. And the problem is we've got that these clips, they don't really grip the downspout that well, so it's all going to slide off, and that, well, that doesn't fit very well neither. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill a tiny hole in there and just put a little grub screw in, and a little tiny hole in the pipe there, and put a grub screw in that, and that will stop the whole lot from sliding down. Right, gutters done. Now I've also, while I've been at it, I've just cut this corner off here. You can see down here now. Put these 2 little screws in there, that'll stop that from dropping. I have to cut that off there to get the angle round it. Same with that. I'll put some stuff on to treat it. And that one. Now if I'd say that gutter could just do it sliding up there a little bit. Yeah, oh, that's a bit better. Right, so this lock, I've had a look at it and it's rubbish. It's just, well, I don't know whether I can just hold that there. Just watch this now, so it's fully in there and it comes. Right, so it just won't go around, you can't get the key out at all. So that's it. So Ellen's going to send off for an Aspen staple and a padlock. Right, now also something I've noticed missing off the top of this door here, compared with the other shed, there was a strip of wood on the top, like a drip tray to stop water from getting down there. So that's something I want to do. I'll have to try and get something on there. That's obviously not big enough. I'll have to see what I've got left. Anyway, we'll do it till tomorrow. Signing off. Yes, it's raining. I didn't think the weather would let me down. That's why I did these gutters yesterday, because I knew it was going to rain today. This is the day after. So they've not been on 24 hours and they've got christened already. So I'm on with the shelf. Now what I've done, I've decided, unlike the other one where I was trying to fix brackets wherever I could, I'm going to put a piece of wood all the way around and I can put these brackets wherever I want, and then just put the shelf on top. And I've purposely done this here. The shelves in, it'll be finishing about here, they can stand anything tall in this corner. Right, so I've got this first piece on now. I've cut it round there and I've put screws in, but I'm not going to screw it down properly because I've got to get the next piece in. Once that's in, I can just drive them in. So I've cut this to length, that'll do at this end. I've cut the actual the tongues off so it sits flat against this wall, and I've just got to mark it to go around this bit of framework. There, there, and there, and then crack it out with an hammer and get it fitted. Right, so that's in position now. So I just screw these in, but not all the way, not until I get the next piece tongue and grooved in, because it can be a bit fiddly. Right, so I'm ready for me other two pieces now, which shouldn't be too much trouble, really. I mean, I'm very pleased that you're still watching this. Yeah, because you've been watching it right from the beginning, I hope. Well, we're not far off the end now. We've still got that hole up there that I keep promising to fill in, and that one. All the little bits and pieces. I'll get these cut and get them on, get them screwed down, and then I'll turn the camera on again and show you what I've done. That's if you're interested. Well, this piece I had hanging around was just the right length. So I've just popped it on, popped it in the groove, and I've screwed them other two down now. So that's so what we want now is some small screws under there, just in these holes here, just to hold that down. But I'll not bother with that just yet until I've done this one. Yeah, there's water dripping off the edge of that plastic trim on the edge of the roof there and hitting that. Now we had this in the other house, in that bungalow. It used to hit the window bottom in the bathroom. Bang, 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 drip, drip, drip. Right, so we're all done now. If I get some sandpaper, I'll just give it a bit of a sand round just to... That's a bit rough there, but that won't matter. It's only a shelf in a shed. Yeah, just sand it down. Get a bit of a dust off here. Then we start putting all this stuff back on. I think the next job, before we're doing it, I might just have a way up for cutting this cardboard up. This is a pizza. This is what we had on Saturday night. Yeah. Oh, we don't live the wild life, us, don't we? Well, I might be able to make a little template for up there. I'll go get some scissors and have a go. So I've cut a piece of cardboard there now for that. It isn't far off, as you can see. It's just not quite right on the right hand side. But that doesn't matter, I can adjust that when I draw around it. Which I have done on here. Yeah, see it? Yeah. So somehow now I've got to cut that, and this is hardboard, it's not that easy to cut. Right, how's that look? Well, I've made some holes in it because I'm going to screw it up in position with little screws. I'm not going to mess about with sticking it up there with silicone sealant. So I've marked another one off there. So I'll cut that, get them both fitted, and then I'm going on my dinner. Right, there they are. They're both fitted. Now I was going to use the grey side, but Ellen came out and said, oh no, the other side will match the shed because it's brown. Well, there's a bit of a gap up there, look. So I think I'll just run a bit of clear silicone down there and later on, just as the finishing touch. So I still haven't had my dinner. Yeah, so I'll go and have some now and I'll come out and carry on. There's quite a few bits and piddly little bits to do yet. See you in a bit. Oh, it's absolutely cobbing it down here. Let's have a look. Oh yes, it's coming down a bit faster now through that. Whew. Well, it forecast it all day this. They weren't far wrong. Usually they're wrong, aren't they, where they're forecasters. Right, well, it's supposed to be nicer tomorrow. Right, this is yet again another day. Should be the last day now, this. So I've just been busy cutting wood up. So I had a piece of this wood and I managed to saw it right down the middle, and I've got that out of there. So that's going underneath the shed at this end. That should go down there. Just wants a bit of preservative on it and screwing into place. And this piece of wood, I've cut it. Not this once. Centralising there, but roll the camera up. Yeah, just centralise it, screw it in position, and it's more or less like the other one was in the other house then. Right, I've just got an aspen staple to put on, which has arrived, and then it's finished. Yeah, they should have called this estate Windy Meadows, because it's blowing a gale again. Right, screw this on there. Them screws don't seem right good, do they?
Just had a text off NKN to say your gravel's ready.
Right. Okay. God. Right, so I've got a couple of screws in. I've just got some more to put in there, and I'm going to give it some. Look at this here. Next door's bins blew over, and it's all emptied. It's all up this gable end here. Oh my God! I'll have to go and sort that out for it. Oh. Right. Well, thanks for staying to the end. Hang on now. We're all done inside. Everything's on the shelves. These, well, them are just going, they're offcuts them. Ellen says to put them on that shelf to stop them getting a bit manky, but right, so we're all done in there now. Put the aspen staple on there with the lock, get that locked. It's all done, and with so the shed was about just short of £500. I'm really pleased with it. I'll give it about 98 out of 100 points. One or two little things like them holes up at the top, and no wood provided to trim around them windows, but let's get in the sunshine. Oh, it's windy again here, blowing a gale, and we've got some gravel now. I've just been for it, so we've finished off. It just wants a little bit of sorting out. We'll have to just do something with this here. That's the grid section, you can see. Well, it slipped up there, made it too big. That you shouldn't be able to see really, so we'll have to try and sort something out for that. But basically it's all finished. So for the base, the grid section was about 50 quid from B&Q. Then you need pea gravel to fill it all in, probably £90 odd. Then your sheds, like I say, 500 and odd including delivery. I mean, I've spent a bit more money on it, but that didn't need to do. Right, so thanks for staying to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.